Hello internet people, I'm very glad you are back here again. So at the start, if you like me, if you like my face, smash the like button. If you think I'm annoying, if you don't like my face, smash the like button. Leave the comment, tell me how much you like me, tell me how much you dislike me. And today, I'm going to tell you how to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or whatever. I'm going to tell you how to make money from home. Exactly, the guide step by step. And this video was inspired by my yesterday video. I made the video, watch it to make it. Maybe I will change the title in the future. And in this video, I was saying if you have maybe 5,000 savings, you shouldn't try to invest it to be millionaire. But instead of this, you should go and travel some poor place, try to have some fun and do the things that are maybe not necessarily moral to enjoy the life, to have some pleasure, to have the memory in the future. And in this video, I also said that I make like sustainable amount of money every month barely working. So you know what response was? No one care. No one give a shit about enjoyment in life. No one care about this. I feel the sentiment was actually barely any comments, right? But I feel the sentiment was like how to make 5K a month. I don't care about happiness. I don't care about traveling the world. I don't care about having sexual pleasure in my life. I don't care about tasty food. Tell me how to make 5K a month and do 1 hour work a day, because I said in this video I work 1 hour a day. In fact, today I will probably not do work, but sometimes I do 10 hours of work. But on the average, I don't work much, right? So, and I make good amount of money. And the best part of this, at some point this year, my net worth was higher than the money I earned in all my life. Weird, right? But okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to check the comments, right? And this is why I decided to make this video. So Paul in the video was actually saying that cliche that says, do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. I agree. If you think that if you do what you love, you will not have to work a day in life, that's misconception, because once it becomes your work, you start hating this. So yeah, that's horrible. But the Paul said he loved his job, but he wished he could make like good money a month and barely work. But then I was this comment from Hussein. Hussein, shout out to you. I barely understand what you say to me. So at first Hussein commented, you have sister come show, I enjoy meet her brother-in-law. I don't understand what you mean, Hussein. Then Hussein saying, please say what is your workplace say. Please say what is your workplace, sir. 1 hour a day, sir. Excellent, sir. I'm sorry, Hussein. You type like this, so I have to speak like this. So I responded, but Hussein didn't mean that. Not the workplace, but what is your work day? Today, this is incredible. Only 1 hour a day, 5K a month. Excellent job. Please tell me how to make this. And you see, this is the problem, because when I tell to people, I can easily make 5K a month, maybe 10K, maybe something, barely working, right? And they think, tell me how to do it. I want to do it. You see, it's the easiest time ever. So I assume you, Hussein, are not from US. So I will give the first advice to the American people, because you have it the easiest and the most difficult to make it, because you won't be able to have good commitment to go to 5 or 10K a month, because you live in rather wealthy country, and in US it's so easy to make 5K a month. You know, like 10 years ago you didn't have these possibilities, but now if you're 20-year-old, like you can basically drive for Uber Eats and make 5K a month. But this is horrible business structure, because you need to invest, right? You need to keep driving and invest a lot of time, and you will not be able to make it really efficient. So this is horrible business model, right? Even worse business model would be running a restaurant, because if you run a restaurant, you rely on the cash flow all the time, which is horrible business model, right? Because if people will not visit your restaurant, you still have to pay workers and you still have to pay rent and you still have to order food, so you will be losing money. So this way of trying to make money is horrible. You don't want to do it. So you know what's the key? The key is to be good at your profession that doesn't require the prior investment. The artists have it great now. The creatives, the programmers, it's the best time for them to make it. But in US, you will not be able to commit at the start and not make money for years to at some point make 5K a year, because the life will be too expensive for you, right? You will have to pay $2,000 a month for rent. So this is why for American people, like doing, I don't know, Uber Eats, taxi, you can make 5K a month. But this is horrible, right? Because we said you will be relying on this cash flow, you have to keep doing this. So driving for Uber Eats is shitty business model. But it will be very different if you drive for Uber Eats and you make content about driving for Uber Eats and just saying how much you earned, right? Now you have the content, and there are people on internet like this. I saw there are people like this and they are popular. You don't have to make content on how much money you make. You could make content about anything driving, right? So suddenly you switch the business model and you drive for Uber Eats and you try to make it as the content creator, which is much better business model than the previous one, right? But that's risky. That's so silly to say, hey, create the content, because actually not everyone can create the content. It's not easy to make the content. I'm telling you, I make the online courses for many years, like 6 maybe, and I recorded 40 of them, and I know many people who could make it as well, and I was telling them, hey, you could make it, but they actually don't have the inside drive to make it. They're comfortable with the life like it is. They don't have the strive to the greatness. They don't have the strive to actually, like I always felt hungry. My heart was always burning. My heart was always telling me, you cannot have regular work. Actually, when I was younger, my fear was, of course, I had this financial fear. And I did believe that the money will solve it. But even bigger fear I had was, what if I will end up being the man who tried, but who couldn't make it, right? The man who tried, and you end up like this. It's no pride, because what if you tried for 20 years and it didn't work? I was scared of this. So I always wanted to be the man who tried and who finally was able to do it, right? I don't know if I did it, but the online work worked for me, right? I was so scared I will have to work day to day, and it worked. I didn't. I don't know if I was lucky or not. But you see, so the people I was talking to my friend, and I said, like, look, like I'm not shouting your name, because I shouted your name so much in the last videos. I was like, look, I tried to make video about, like, I don't know, going and do bad things, because when you grow older, you will feel pain that you didn't do it. And I felt all people care was actually money. So I say to my friend, hey, I think money is everything. People only care about money. And he said, no, it's not this. He said, it's the belief in society that money will solve all your problems. And I did have this belief, because when I was poor and younger, even 20-year-old, 21, I was super poor. I'm telling you, I was so broke ass. I didn't have money. I had this belief that if I will make like $1,000, my problems will be solved. I made $1,000 at some point, then I made 5, then I made 10, and these things never were resolved. Anyway, I didn't finish about what if you from poorer country, you have this advantage. So I grew up in Poland, right? My parents are poor, working class. I don't know if you still have classes, but my father is construction worker and my mother was mainly unemployed through my teenage years. And we always had very little money. And my father would always say to me, when you're adult, I will kick you out. You have to work. You have to go to the construction. And he still doesn't know how much money I have or how much I make. Anyway, the biggest fear, I was like, I don't want to be like this. I can't end up this way. But this was the blessing, because the fact I was poor, I felt at first, and this is like 12 years ago, okay? I felt if I make $300 a month, I would be sustainable for at this time. That was I was thinking. Like, I will have money for a beer, I will have money for a food, and I will have money for a nice hoodie every month. That's actually what I was thinking, right? And soon after, if I make a little bit more, I can move out, I can do things, live cheap. I made way more later. It didn't go as I planned, didn't go as fast as I planned, but I made way more. And you see, this, what I'm saying, the poor country is a blessing, because if you have 3,000 expenses a month, you will not feel like if you make 300 a month, something will be solved. And now is different time, if I wouldn't think the same, because it's different times, The society where I grew up is wealthier, the inflation is, so that's would be very different and probably much more difficult, but there's also easier to make money. So if you are, let's say, Indian, Pakistan, I don't know, Ukrainian, right? And you are young and you have this chance to make a little bit, you should focus on learning the skill that doesn't require investment. So in my case, I learned Photoshop, retouching, and I was doing these things and I tried to do it as the job. So I was thinking where I can publish courses and try to sell them. And honestly, it's so easy. If you are 18-year-old and you are, let's say, Indian, right? Like, I know, maybe it's a stupid example, but you could learn coding in 6 months. Commitment. You live with the parents, you don't have much money, you have maybe shitty computer, I understand, it's not easy. But you can actually start it. You can learn and pretend it. Make fake ass shit course. Like, I don't know, copy other people's course. I know it's horrible. Just do it. You keep trying and you will become good at some point. Like, it's kind of faking. And I tell you, it will be insane satisfaction if you will able to sell $100 of this course. And I don't think starting on your own platform that requires investment is good. But there are platforms where you can sell that doesn't require investment, right? Udemy, Skillshare. Of course, you would have to make the effort for quality, but you can learn the skill at your home. I know people will not, but this is what I did. This is how I make money. This is how I'm able to not work much. This is how I'm able to make savings. This is how I'm able to invest right now. And this is what makes the fact that the financial worry is not my worry in my life. Okay? It might be difficult, but it's also so easy. And the competition is so much higher. You can do marketing and you don't really need to spend money on the courses to learn things, because there is still torrent. If you ultra poor guy who cannot afford $5-10 to learn from someone, you can use torrent. It's fine to pirate things. Seriously, it's people would pirate my courses. I never got angry. I was like, fine. Actually, if they learn something and they make money in the future, they will come and buy it. I have this strong belief in that, And why having so I was talking to my friend and I was showing you how much I made, right? And it was like 6 digits, right? And he's like, okay, how much you invested into getting there? And I'm saying like, nothing. It was, I learned and I start publishing things. And that's it. And this is the perfect business model. I don't make much money, okay? I think if I would be better at marketing and at some things, I could maybe make even 10 times more. Like, I wasn't even great at the making. Now I'm really good. And at the profession that I teach, I'm excellent. But it wasn't always the case. I wasn't expert on marketing, right? So even though it wasn't the best that it could be, I'm absolutely fine now. Because even I wasn't making money, I was keep doing this. 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, barely any money. At some point, it just picked up, right? And look at this channel. I'm making this channel. It's not monetized. It has like 1,600 subscribers. I don't know. Maybe I will give up on this at some point because maybe I will get bored. Somehow I'm still recording this. I don't make money on this. I keep doing this. And I tell you, like, it could pick up one day. But I don't know if it will. I have other things, so now I'm not really concerned. But the grinding is not the key, but the dedication here is the key, because if you keep doing the same thing, you are like, you master the one punch. I don't think the key should be, hey, strive for 5 different income sources. If you don't have income source, you cannot strive for 5 income courses. You should become good at one thing. And why being the artist and creator is the greatest thing right now. So we have the NFTs, right? And I'm not going to shit on the people right now, because I'm serious now. So, we see these YouTubers, especially crypto YouTubers, selling NFTs very expensive, right? Overnight, they make million, 5 million, 10 million, 60 million, even $100 million without even having the cultural impact right now, because the crypto YouTubers somehow, or the influencers, are the first one to adopt the NFTs. But imagine you are a creator, right? And you have some following, very devoted following, because you are, I don't know, you have some sort of personality, and you want to raise money for something. You could easily issue NFT and raise $10 million like this. And it wasn't even possible before. You see? So this is why having the personality and creating is so important. And even giving you example of Donald Trump, right? I don't know what's the net worth of Donald Trump. 3 billion, worked for the 50 years, family, shit like this. But the persona, the Trump, the brand is so important now, because if Donald Trump would release his NFT for like 1 million supply, some cheap price, he would be able to raise $10 billion easy. Because that's how the craftsmanship is important. So if you are an artist, you can actually have this ownership and creation of money for yourself. And I'm not sure if I'm speaking right, but this is the greatest thing for making money for people, actually. And you can make a lot even with small following. I understand you don't have following. Just get good at one thing. Become the artist, become the designer, depending on what your creative desire is, right? Because you will not become designer if you're interested mainly in math. So that's not, if you're interested in math, you should pursue something there, right? If you're good at drawing, pursue drawing. I don't know. And at some point, if you pick up, you can actually raise the money somehow. I know it was rambling, but I wanted to say, like, this is how you make 5K a month. Seriously. And many people say, it's easy to say. I was poor, motherfucker. I was so poor. I know it's hard to, but I was very poor. Maybe not like India poor, okay? But it's also like different to compare, like the country to country. The conditions, the society, the pain of being judged because maybe I could have more expensive code than I wanted, right? So the always urge of feeling poor and the desire of making this feeling, if I could, I would be better judged, I would be better person, etc. So I want you to let me know what you think. What else could I talk? Probably there was things that I didn't address in the video. But anyway. Till the next time.